And we need a wild one though. Yeah, wild. Let's go. That's fine. Everybody got to throw their wrists up. Everybody got
child looking at you because you crazy.
You got somebody call and want to tell you happy birthday. So,
It's Beyonce. It's Beyonce.
that's Shedeur want to tell you happy birthday.
Hey, thank you so much.
It's official. The haters are absolutely losing their minds right now, and honestly, we're here for every single second of it. What started as a simple birthday surprise has turned into a nuclear-level cultural moment that's got people questioning everything they thought they knew about today's young athletes. Shedeur Sanders just dropped a devastating blow to every critic who's been waiting for him to slip up, and the receipts are so beautiful, so pure that even his biggest enemies can't find a single thing to complain about. And we're talking about a moment so genuine, so unprecedented in today's celebrity culture, that it's literally breaking the internet in the best possible way. But here's where it gets explosive. This isn't just about one birthday call or one viral moment. This is about a young man who's systematically destroying every negative narrative that's been built around him, one authentic interaction at a time. The silence from his critics? Deafening. The impact on his reputation? Catastrophic for anyone who bet against him. Nobody knew what to make of it at first, but now we're witnessing something that's about to change how we look at celebrity authenticity forever. Let's rewind a bit, because this story is so much deeper than what you're seeing on the surface. Shedeur Sanders has been walking a tightrope that would break most people his age. Born into football royalty as Coach Prime's son, he's had every move scrutinized, every success questioned, and every gesture analyzed for authenticity. The pressure? Unimaginable. Sources close to the Sanders family have been whispering for months about how Shedeur handles the constant criticism, the endless comparisons, and the weight of carrying not just his own dreams, but an entire legacy on his shoulders. And let me tell you, what we discovered will leave you with jaws on the floor. Here's what the critics don't want you to know. While they've been busy crafting narratives about entitled young athletes and manufactured personas, Shedeur has been quietly building something unprecedented in modern sports culture. We're talking about genuine connections, real community impact, and the kind of authentic leadership that can't be faked or bought. But here's where it gets even murkier. The timing of this birthday surprise wasn't random. Insiders familiar with Shedeur's inner circle reveal that he's been dealing with intense pressure from multiple directions. The college football spotlight, family expectations, social media trolls, and now the added weight of being seen as a role model for an entire generation. Word on the street is that Shedeur has been strategically choosing his public moments, not for PR purposes, but because he genuinely understands the power of his platform. One source close to the team told us, he knows every interaction matters. He knows kids are watching, and he takes that responsibility seriously in a way that would surprise people. The girl in question, she had no idea what was coming. No stage setup, no publicity team orchestrating the moment. Just a genuine surprise that happened to be captured on video, and now it's exploding across every platform because people are starving for this kind of authenticity. What makes this even more devastating for his critics is the pattern that's emerging. This isn't a one-off moment designed for clicks. This is part of a systematic approach to community engagement that's been flying under the radar while everyone was focused on the noise. But here's where it gets even wilder. What you saw in that birthday video is just the tip of the iceberg. Sources familiar with Shedeur's off-camera activities are now coming forward with stories that will completely change how you see this young man. We're talking about hours spent after grueling training sessions, not heading home to rest, but staying behind to connect with fans who've been waiting at the fence. Not quick photo ops or rushed autographs, but genuine conversations, personal moments, and the kind of attention that most celebrities reserve for paying customers. One insider who's been around the program for years told us something that gave us chills. Shedeur doesn't just take pictures with fans, he studies their faces, remembers their names, and asks about their lives. I've seen him spend 20 minutes with a kid just because he noticed they seemed nervous. That's not speculation anymore, that's confirmed behavior from multiple witnesses who've watched this pattern develop over months. But the nuclear moment came when we discovered what happened during that KFC campaign shoot. While cameras were rolling for the commercial, something unprecedented happened. A fan's car was blasting music in the drive-thru, and instead of asking them to turn it down or rushing through the interaction, Shedeur completely immersed himself in their world. He started vibing to their music, dancing along, making them feel like the most important person in that moment. Here's what's really explosive. That wasn't scripted. That wasn't in any marketing playbook. That was pure, unfiltered authenticity that you literally cannot fake. And the way he handled it, devastating to anyone who's been pushing the narrative that young athletes today are disconnected from their communities. But that's not even the most shocking part. People familiar with the situation reveal that Shedeur has been systematically building these connections everywhere he goes. Gas stations, restaurants, community events. He's creating a network of genuine relationships that goes far beyond typical celebrity fan interactions. The evidence is overwhelming. Video after video of spontaneous moments, unguarded interactions, and the kind of natural charisma that either exists or it doesn't. And what's driving his critics absolutely insane is that they can't find a single fake moment, a single manufactured interaction, or a single instance where his authenticity cracks. Then came the nuclear moment that completely shattered every negative narrative his critics had been building. The Rainbow Terrace apartment fire, a devastating tragedy that left multiple families homeless and a community in crisis. While most celebrities would send a check and call it a day, Shedeur did something unprecedented. Sources close to the situation reveal that he wasn't even in town when the fire happened. But the first thing he did when he heard the news, "When I get back to Cleveland, I'm going to visit the people affected." Not his publicist's idea, not a team decision, his personal commitment. Here's what's really explosive. When he showed up, it wasn't for a photo op. We're talking about an entire day spent with families who had lost everything. Food carts, games, activities. He personally organized a community event designed to bring joy back into their darkest moment. One witness told us something that will give you chills. He didn't just show up and leave. He was there for hours, talking to kids, hugging grandmothers, and making sure everyone felt seen and heard. You could tell this wasn't about cameras or publicity. This was about genuine human connection. But that's not even the most shocking part. Local boxer Montana Love, someone who's seen every type of celebrity interaction you can imagine, went public with praise that devastated every critic. Shedeur Sanders is a valuable asset to this community. He truly understands the importance of being there for people who need it most. If you're loving this deep dive into authentic celebrity culture, smash that hype button right now. We're exposing the real stories behind the headlines, and your support helps us bring you more exclusive content that the mainstream media won't touch. Hit that hype button and let's keep uncovering the truth together. The pattern that's emerging is unprecedented in modern celebrity culture. While other young stars are getting caught up in scandals, controversies, and manufactured drama, Shedeur is systematically building something that can't be bought, faked, or replicated: genuine community trust. Insiders familiar with his approach say he's been strategically choosing moments that matter, not for publicity, but because he understands the power of his platform and the responsibility that comes with it. This isn't just about Shedeur Sanders anymore. What we're witnessing is a seismic shift in how young celebrities are choosing to use their platforms, and the implications are absolutely devastating for the old guard of manufactured celebrity culture. Word on the street is that other young athletes are taking notes. Sources familiar with multiple college programs reveal that Shedeur's approach is being studied and replicated across the country. We're talking about a movement that's happening right under the noses of traditional sports media. Here's what's really explosive. The contrast between authentic connection and manufactured publicity is becoming impossible to ignore. While some celebrities are paying millions for PR campaigns to seem relatable, Shedeur is achieving unprecedented levels of genuine community support through simple human decency. The ripple effects are already being felt across social media. Fans aren't just supporting him, they're defending him with a passion that you literally cannot buy. When critics try to attack, they're met with overwhelming evidence of authentic community impact. One social media analyst told us something chilling. The level of organic support Shedeur generates is unprecedented for someone his age. This isn't manufactured hype. This is genuine grassroots loyalty that's impossible to fake. But here's where it gets even more devastating for his critics. The systematic nature of his community engagement is creating a blueprint that other young celebrities are starting to follow. We're witnessing the birth of a new model of celebrity authenticity that's completely disrupting traditional approaches. Industry insiders are quietly acknowledging that Shedeur's approach represents something unprecedented in modern sports culture. The combination of talent, authenticity, and genuine community connection is creating a perfect storm of positive influence that's impossible to replicate through traditional marketing. The cultural impact extends far beyond sports. Parents are pointing to Shedeur as an example of how young people should handle fame and responsibility. Community leaders are publicly praising his approach. Even former critics are being forced to acknowledge the undeniable evidence of his positive impact. What's most devastating for the haters is that this isn't a phase or a publicity stunt. This is a systematic approach to celebrity that's built on genuine values and authentic connection. And once you establish that kind of foundation, it becomes impossible to tear down. So what's coming next? Sources close to the Sanders camp hint that this is just the beginning. We're talking about expanded community initiatives, deeper fan engagement, and a level of authentic celebrity culture that could completely reshape how we think about young athletes and their responsibilities. The stakes couldn't be higher. If Shedeur continues on this trajectory, he's not just building a football career, he's creating a legacy of authentic leadership that will influence an entire generation. And his critics? They're running out of ammunition fast. But here's what's really explosive. Insiders suggest there are more untold stories of community impact that haven't gone public yet. We're talking about private moments of generosity, behind-the-scenes acts of kindness, and a level of authentic engagement that would completely silence every remaining critic. The silence from his haters is becoming deafening. When you can't attack someone's character, their authenticity, or their community impact, what's left? The answer is becoming increasingly clear: nothing. This story is far from over, and if what we're hearing is true, the next chapter is going to be even more devastating for anyone who bet against Shedeur Sanders.